ఇవన్నీ వాడుతాం. Okay. So guys, let's continue with that example which I am telling. So why we are writing coding, why we are doing all these things? It is just because to perform complex business calculations. It can be it can be arithmetic or it can be logical. Sometimes if you want to make some logical decision, like if the value is less than 5000, do this activity. If the value is more than 5000, do this activity. Like that, if you want to perform some complex logical calculations, or if you want to perform some arithmetic calculations which are so complex, which cannot be done with a human being. So those kind of things we want to implement. For that, first we need to store the data somewhere and get the data again and perform calculation and again show the data. So these are the three things we need to do. So we are doing all these things through admin also, but there are some situations where only through admin you cannot achieve the required business functionality. In such cases, what comes to our rescue? Coding. Coding will help us to resolve all those complex calculations. Now, why I am giving you simple examples like a plus b, 5 plus 10? It is just because to make you understand what is the process here, what is the structure we need to follow to write an apex class. Okay, once you understand the process, once you understand the structure, how to write it, then instead of a plus b, you can put a into b. Instead of a into b, you can put some very complex calculation. Okay, so our intention is to simplify the business logic and focus more on the syntax and the format in which we need to write the class. That is our focus. Once you are clear with all these rules, okay, then you can increase the complexity and you can do the real-time scenarios. Okay, so that whenever a situation comes, how to react and how to uh, think logically, that nobody can teach. You can get it only through your experience. Logical thinking can be, I mean, you can achieve that only through experience. And one more thing, as a developer, that what logic should be implemented, what is the approach that we need to take. It's not our headache basically. There are there are people who are responsible for that task, like architects and team leaders will know the logic. Okay, what you want to calculate, what you want to perform, and what should be the output. They will give you clear information about the business logic. Okay, if I click this button, I should get a red color. If I click this button, I should get a green color. Like that, what is the requirement? That is not your job. That is the job of the business analyst who, who should understand the requirement and put it in a proper format so that the technical guys understand. Then it is the job of the architect and team leader to simplify that requirement and to make it easy for you. And what is your job? So simply try to understand that you have certain tools which you know how to use. Like for example, you have a hammer, okay, and you have a nail. Okay, you know how to nail it on a wall. Okay, then it is their responsibility to tell you exactly where you should do, how you should do. Okay, you should have the skill to hold the hammer and hit it. Okay, if you have that much skill, that's enough. Remaining thing they will tell you where to do, what to do. Okay, imagine that you are the lowest labor in the IT industry. Okay, if you see any building, okay, what happens? It is the job of the architect, or in first architect, what he will do? Architect will design something. Okay, what is there that is there in the architect's mind? He wants the building should look beautiful and it should be strong. That is what architect thinks. Okay, then engineers will give the estimation first of all to build such a construction. This is the amount of money that you need to spend. If the person, if you want to have a house, something like that, You will think whether it is in my budget or not. Okay. Once all those things are done, once the plan is ready, once you get all the approvals from the government to build that building, once everything is ready, then at the last this coolie will come. Okay, the person who actually builds, will enter the scene at the last. Now tell me, who is the one who is constructing the building? The person who is working as a daily wage labor. That is the guy who is actually constructing the building. But he is not the owner of the building. Okay? He don't know for why he is doing. What information will be given to him? Okay, you construct this wall. The length of the wall should be like this. Okay, the height of the wall should be like this. Width of the wall should be like this. So these are the information parameter will be given to him. So what he will do? What he knows how to mix cement and sand. He knows how to put a brick on brick, and in between how to put the cement. Only that much he knows. Only he will build wall. Okay. Like you, some other person build some other wall. After you do your job, when once everyone does their job, then the entire building will be visible. Okay. So now in this training program, I am giving you a glimpse of all the areas, but at the end, you are equal to that daily labor one who does what activities are given to him. Okay, so his job is just to follow the instructions given by the team leader and manager, and just to construct the wall brick by brick. You will put and you will go further. Whether this wall is useful or not, tomorrow they may say that this I don't like this wall, demolish it. You have to demolish. It's none of your business. What is your job? Understand all the tools, all the features provided by the system. And you should know how to use the features. That's it. Whether this is useful to the business, whether it is not useful to the business, everything will be decided by them. They will give you clear instructions, just follow the instructions, do it. So now, after a few years of working as a daily labor, you will become what? Mastri. I don't know what you call it in English. Okay. And you know, if you give money to a Mastri, he can construct a house better than an engineer. Yes or no? You know this practically, right? Similarly, here also, you will join software industry as a daily wage labor. After few years, you will become Mastri. Then what you will do? You will give instructions to the other daily laborers. Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do this. That's it. After that, what will happen? You will have two options. Once you become a master, you will have two options. Either you can study or improve your knowledge and you can become an architect who will design the entire building. You can become that. Or another thing, you can become a builder. What a builder will do? He will call the engineer, take the plan. He will ask the Mastri and other laborers to perform the activity. He will just see and coordinate the people. He will just do phone call, come here, and at the evening he will say, today since morning you have not done anything. This is the activity done by the manager. So you have two options. Either you will become an architect, you will design the system, or you will become a manager who makes sure that everyone comes to office and completes the work on time. This is what your entire life will be. That's it, nothing more than that. Even as a daily wage labor, even if you build 100 buildings, the building is not yours. You are just a daily wage labor. Once a building is constructed, you will move to another building. If you say to your friends and families that this is the building I constructed, you are just a part of it. Who will remember the person who worked as a daily labor for construction of this building? Who will remember? No. After you construct it, the person who invested money for that one, that will be his property. You are just a labor. Okay? Clear? why we are doing, how we are doing, and what will happen after we do. There are two types of jobs again here. One thing is you will work as a daily labor. Okay? During the construction, it is the developer job. If you get a job as a support engineer, then your job is like watchman. Building is already ready. Everyone, so many people will come and go. You just watch and ask them, who are you, why you are coming. If you is something, if you see something suspicious, like if that guy is a not right guy, you will ask him not to enter. That kind of watchman job you will do after the building is ready. Okay? So now you think which one is better? Watchman job is better or coolie job is better? Daily labor job is better. That is the difference between developer and support guy. Okay? Watchman job, initially it will be difficult for first 2 months or 3 months because you don't know who is the owner, who is the outsider. Yes or no? First 1 week or 10 days it will be difficult. Similarly here it will be for 2 to 3 months it will be difficult. After 2 to 3 months, you can just sit and relax. You know who is correct guy, who is wrong guy. You just sit and you relax. You will understand who is the owner, who is the tenant, who is staying in this building, and who is coming from outside. But what happens? Okay, if you work as a daily labor, there is growth for you. After few years, you can become waste. After that, there is a possibility that you can become something. But if you work as a watchman, what is your growth? After 10 years also, you will become watchman. If you are a great watchman, then what will happen? You will become head of the other 10 watchmen. That's it. That is what your growth, that is what you will achieve in life. This is the harsh reality. This is the truth. Of course, you will buy a new house, you will buy a new car, you will get a lot of money, but at the end, this is your job. This is the truth. Okay? So, always try to learn how to build the system. So, at least you can imagine in your dream that you can become something. If you go for the support project, then even you cannot dream also. There is no scope. Okay? If you want to become a CEO or if you want to become something great, then what you need to do, you should go in a different approach. You understand what Salesforce gives. You understand all the coding concepts. Then you should think of a new business problem. Okay, so now in Hyderabad, lot of you know they are not cleaning the roads well. Okay, there are a lot of potholes on the roads. Okay, so like this, you need to identify a real life problem, and you need to build a system on your own to solve that real life problem, which is faced by someone. Okay, then you can showcase this as a product that you created. Okay, then in that way you can become a founder or CEO or something great. If you are working as an employee, already your life is already designed. Everything is designed. You just go and do it. That's it. That's what will happen. Of course, you will get good money. I'm not denying that. So this is the structure. If you want to achieve something great, then also you need to learn all these things. But instead of trying for a job, you need to build a system which solves the real life problems. If you do that, you can become a great person. Okay? Both will learn the same thing. If you want to work as an employee, you need to learn the same thing. If you want to build a new thing on your own, same thing. Okay? So if you see red bus, a person who is traveling from Bangalore to his hometown couldn't find a right bus, okay, to travel to his hometown on a festival day. Then he identified that we have so many buses and we have so many travel agents. Okay, but you need to go to each travel agent individually to book a bus. So if there are 100 travel agents, then you need to go to each one of them. So he identified that as a business problem. Okay. Then he came up with a solution that I will create one website that will have the bus information of all the buses at one place. Okay. So previously what used to be the system? You will go to SRK Travels. If they say no seat is there, then you go to VRK Travels. If they say no seat is there, then you get DRK Travels. Like that, you need to move on to different travels. The time you actually travel, if it is 12 hours, you are spending 3 to 4 hours in going to the travel agents and finding the right bus. So he identified such a business problem, and then he built a normal application. That's it. He built an application. That application is having a front end. Okay, that is done through HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, and from the backend they are using Java.net, and they are using some database. The process is same. Okay, the process is same. Because of his business idea, he became the founder and owner. The same HTML, CSS, JavaScript, the same Java code, the same database language. Other people who are working in any software company are also doing the same job, but they have no money to do some innovative thing. They don't have creative ideas to think about such thing. That is the reason they became employees. He became the founder. Okay. Now we understood what we are doing, why we are doing. Okay. So first, in both the things, whether you want to become an employee or whether you want to become a founder, for both the things you should have the skill to implement. So that is why we are learning this in our training program. After this training program, if you have a business idea for which you can implement this on your own, okay, then you will become a founder. Okay. If you don't have such ideas, new innovative ideas, okay, then you will go for an employment. It is nothing wrong in going as an employee, because if you want to build a new system like Redbus, and if you don't know that it is already existing, then what is the use of doing? So work as an employee for a few years, 5 or 10 years, that depends. Okay, then you will understand as a big company, after having lot of money, lot of skilled people, they have everything to do. Still they are not able to do because of so and so reasons. How you can do as an individual. So you will understand all those ups and downs. Okay? Then you go for your own idea or business. Okay? And one more thing is, if you have an idea in your mind, and if you have to build it on your own, you need 1 year to build it. What he will do as a big company, he will put 10 people, okay, with the same knowledge, and he will be able to complete it in 2 months, yes or no? Then what happens? By the time you release your thing, already the same thing will be released by some other company. Then you need to innovate, always you need to make great changes. Like initially WhatsApp, what features you used to have? Only chatting. Then later, what we have? Huh? Then after that, we had this, voice messages. So now they are adding online transactions. Now they are, we had status. After status, disappearing status. Like you can control the status. After some time, you can disappear, like that, all those things. Okay. Now in WhatsApp we have, now after you send a message, you can make that message disappear after some time. Those things, like he copied this from the Snapchat, right? So always you need to upgrade. So that is how we are doing. See, don't think that I am, discouraging you, or I mean, I'm not putting you anything down. Don't think in that way. I'm just telling the truth. Okay, I'm just telling the truth. Okay, accept the truth and then proceed further. Okay, fine. So now let's go to our previous class. Okay, what we have done, we have written an apex class. Okay, we have written an apex class. In that apex class, what I have done, first of all, I created an apex class with the name. I created an apex class with the name sample. Okay, so now I want to open and see the class which I have already created. Go to file, open, and go to apex classes. And here, see the class that I have created, sample1. This is the class I have created. What are the things that are present in a class? First of all, public class, class name. You need to by heart and remember this forever. Public class, class name. Class is the name. Okay, class is the keyword. Class is the keyword. For every class, you will write it in the same way. Public class, class. Public class, class name. This class name will change from class to class. This is sample 1. Tomorrow I will do sample 2. Day after tomorrow I may do sample 3. Like that. For every class, this is the name of the class. Okay, the name of the class will change. But this syntax, public, class, this will remain same. This public also may change. Okay, public sometimes you use global, sometimes you use private, you use sometimes. But the only thing that will be constant is class. So you should be able to remember this format. Okay, and we need to open a bracket and close a bracket. Okay, inside this, what you need to write? This one. What is this? You need to write data members and data methods. Okay, so first let's make it very simple. So I have given a equal to 5, b equal to 10. Okay, and after that I just gave something like this. Okay, now what happens? A, B, C, these are the three variables that I am going to use in my calculation. That's why initially I need to specify what is the meaning of A, what is the meaning of B, what is the meaning of C to the Salesforce system. How I am doing that? I am saying that A is a variable of integer data type. A is a variable of integer data type. And what is this equal to 5? I am saying that A is a variable of integer data type and I am going to store a value 5 into A. This is what I am telling. And in this line what I am telling, B is a variable of data type integer and I am going to store value 10 inside B. Now what is this? Here what I am saying, C is a variable of data type integer, but I am not giving any value to C. Okay. So now if I do system.debug, exactly this one, okay, system.debug, if I do it before adding A and B to the C, what I will get? Now tell me what I will get. Now what is the answer I am going to get? Think twice and tell me. I have told you many times in the previous classes. Okay, fine. You are telling some answer. Whether that is correct or wrong, how can I test? Tell me. I need to execute. How can I execute? Tell me. This is an Apex class I have written. How to execute this Apex class? So first of all, we need to create an object for this class. So that's why in the previous class I told you that class is a blueprint of an object. Class is a blueprint of an object, means class is just a structure. Okay, there is no data inside it. Okay, now if you go to the previous example which I have given, this is a room with just 4 walls. Okay, when I will call this room as a 5th class room, then there are fifth class students sitting in this room, I will call this as a fifth class room. Okay. If fifth class if fifth class students are not sitting and sixth class students are sitting in this room, then I will call this room as a sixth class room. Right? So here the room is just nothing but four walls. But the properties of the individuals who are inside that room, because of that, there is some meaning for this room. Similarly, here, actually, what the structure gives is it is just a structure. If you put a value inside the structure, then it will get a meaning to it. So, if you want a class to be executed, you need to create an object for that class. Okay. This object definition is, what is an object? Object is nothing but an instance of a class. Object is nothing but an instance of a class. Means one of the sample of that structure. What is an object? This is nothing but you are giving that. If you say that Rajesh is a fifth class student. So Rajesh, what is Rajesh? Rajesh is an object of the fifth class. Okay. Suresh, if you say Suresh is a object of fifth class, like that. So each one is an object. Like in a class, you can have n number of objects. So now, first of all, if you want to execute this object, so execute this class, what you need to do? You need to create a object. Okay. Alright. So now, first of all, I need to go to open debug anonymous window. First, see how I am doing. First, after creating that, I am going to debug and here open execute anonymous window. I am going to this one. Is it the way we will execute the Apex classes? As we are learning the Apex class, we know only how to write a class. We don't know front-end Visual Force page or lightning components or buttons. We don't know all those things. That is the reason we are using anonymous window to execute. In a real-time situation, you will run the Apex class either by clicking a button or through a Visual Force page or through a lightning component. So those things also, if you understand, from there you will call this Apex class. As we are learning step by step, we know only one concept. So this is the way to execute the Apex class if you don't have any other tools to execute. Okay, you can call an Apex class from process builder. You can call an Apex class from flow. Okay, you can call an Apex class from another Apex class. You can call an Apex class from a trigger. You can call an Apex class from a button. You can call an Apex class from a lightning component. You can call an Apex class from a Visual Force page. But you don't know any of them, right? So that is the reason we are executing from the anonymous window. Okay. So you need to understand this point clearly because after completing few classes, so many times we will go and execute this Apex class in anonymous window. Then you will be used to this and you can do it on your own after few classes. But you should remember that this type of execution we are doing only to verify whether my class is working fine or not. In real time, there will be definitely some front-end logic. There will be some button or VF page or lightning component or something else or some other Apex class or trigger to call this Apex class. Okay? Fine? Is this clear till this point? So now what I want? I want to execute this Apex class. To execute an Apex class, I need to write a object. Okay? I need to create an Apex object. How to create an Apex object? What is the structure? What is the format? Class name. Okay, let me write it. Class name, object name, class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay, this is the structure I am going to follow. Okay, now tell me what is the class name here? My class name is sample1. Okay, Object name I can give anything. For now I'm just giving obj is my object name. So new is again I need to put class name, again this is the class name. So this is the way in which you can create an object for a class. What we are writing here, we are writing here access modifier, after that access modifier, this public is nothing but access modifier. Okay, it can be public, it can be private, it can be global, it can be protected. First let's go with the basic public, but the structure I am telling access modifier. Okay, first we are giving access modifier, then we are putting class, after that we are giving class name. So this is the structure in which you will write an apex class. So here what I will do curly braces open and curly braces close. Okay, why I am writing those two slashes? Because I don't want these lines to be executed. I want to execute from this point onwards. So if you want to write something but it should not execute, then that is known as commenting the code. Okay. So by putting these two lines in front of any line, by putting these two slashes in front of any line, you can make that code inactive. That particular line will not execute. It will be present in the code, but system will not execute it. Okay. So similarly here, this line number 5 also will not execute. This line number 9 also will not execute. Okay. Only for understanding purpose, only for increasing the readability, we are going to put comments. So now what we learned till now in today's class, first we try to understand why we are writing code to implement complex business logics which we could not achieve through the automations provided to us by the Salesforce, like workflow, process builder, approval process flow. If you cannot achieve our validation rules, all these things we have, right? If you cannot achieve your business functionality using those features, then you will go for coding. That is the first point. Next point, in coding, there are so many things to learn. The first thing what we want to learn is we want to learn about Apex class. So what is an Apex class? Apex class is nothing but a combination of data members and data methods. What is a data member? Nothing but variables. So we already discussed in depth about variables. So you can create any variable. Okay. So creation of variable is known as variable declaration. Okay. If you want to declare a variable, you need to specify the data type of the variable. Without specifying the data type of the variable, you cannot create a variable. Okay. That you are clear. You know the difference between declaration and initialization. If you just give integer c, that is known as declaration. If you give integer a equal to 5, that is nothing but initialization, means you are declaring a new variable, along with that you are giving some initial value to it. Okay, you are clear till this point. So actual business logic, what you want to do, the functionality, that you will write in a method, because there are so many different functionalities that you need to implement. If I have if I have to implement a plus b also, a plus c also. So for that what I will do, I will create one method for a plus b and I will create another method for a plus c. A minus c. Okay. So now here I have a method 1. Okay. And now what I can do is I can create another method with the name method 2. Okay, or I can, okay, so here I want to do a minus b. Okay, a plus b, a minus b. Okay, this is method 1, method 2. Okay, fine. Now if I save this, okay, and if I execute this, how should I execute? How should I execute? What should I do? Go to debug, open anonymous window. Here first I need to create a First I need to create an object. So this is the format. This is the format. Okay. If you write this, it will not work because actual class name, actual object name, actual class name you should give. You should not give this format. Okay. You should give the actual values. Then only it will execute. So after giving this, will it execute? If you give this, what happens? An object will be created for this class and it will enter into this apex class execution. One line by line it will execute, right? So it will enter into this, it will do the initializations. But if you are not calling this method will not execute. If you are not calling this method will not execute. How? I will show you. So now I want to execute only first method. I don't want to execute the second method. Okay? If that is my intention, then what I need to do first of all, okay, object name. Why I have created object name dot method name. Okay, object name dot method name. If I give, now what will happen? This method will execute. Let me execute this. I have given only method 1. So method 2 will not execute. I will see only these two lines which are present in the method 1. System.debug before calculation, what is the value of C? After calculation, what is the value of C? That's what I am going to see. Go to logs. Yes, the log has been created. And open this. Click on debug only. See now, initial value of C is null because we have not specified any value. After that, the value of C is 50 because A plus B equal to 50. Okay, so now if I want to execute the method 2, then if I just give method 2 and if I click on execute, then what will happen? Only method 2 will execute now, method 1 will not execute. See now you will see initial value of C is null and 5 minus 10, answer is minus 5. Okay, you are getting correctly? So A plus B is working, A minus B is working. But only one is working because we have given only one method. But if I want to execute both the methods, then what I need to do? I need to specify them separately. If I give, this is known as calling a method. That is method definition. This is method calling. Okay. Here we have written the method, the definition of the method. Inside method, what should be there? So we have written the definition of the method. Here what we are doing? We are just calling the method by passing a object. So now if I click on execute, what will happen? Both will execute because I have called both the methods. So see now, is it coming correctly? Is it coming correctly? Anything wrong you are getting or everything is coming correctly? Initial value of C is null. Okay. But here the value of C is 15 because already I added and I kept the value of 15 inside C. So now I am getting the value as 15. Okay. But again here what I am doing A minus B. Here I am giving again A equal to 5, B equal to 10. Now 5 minus 10 minus 5 I am getting. Okay. Is it clear? What is class, what is object, how to create a class, how to create an object, what is a method, what is a variable, is everything clear?
Sir, we are process to do public by system and do something our person. Cases, two cases,
You can write it anyway. Generally, okay. Generally, in all the Apex class, the entire class, for everything we have some convention. If you want to clearly write a Apex class, the structure that you need to follow is camel case. Camel case. See, like you know, right? Lowercase and uppercase. Lowercase means small letters. Uppercase means capital letters. Similarly, there is camel case. Okay. What is camel case? I will show you. Camel case means, see how the camel looks. Okay. If, see, this is how the camel camel looks, right? Camel will have these two things on it. Okay. Like this, the camel case letters, how they will look. If I want to write, if I want to write Rajesh Kumar, for example, this is writing Rajesh Kumar in camel case. What I am doing? Normally, it is I am starting with a small letter, and second word. If the word if the sentence contains multiple words, the second word first letter will be capital. Don't worry, we will discuss what is camel case and why we are using that. See, basically, if you are creating an Apex class or if you are creating an object, so class name, object name, variable name, all these things can only contain, okay, variables, class names, method names, all these things can only contain alpha numeric characters. Okay, alphanumeric means it should contain only alphabets A to Z and numbers 0 to 9. You cannot include any special characters. What are special characters? At the rate, hash, dollar sign, percentage sign, ampersand, and symbol, star symbol, brackets. These things, any of these special symbol you cannot use when you are naming a variable or you are naming a class or you are naming a method. Okay. For naming, you can give your own name, but the name should follow this structure. It should contain only alphanumerics. No special characters are allowed except underscore. Underscore is a special character that is allowed. Underscore is allowed, I am telling, right? Then can I start the name like this with underscore? Underscore Rajesh. Can I do like this? No. Even though underscore is allowed, it is allowed from the second character onwards. I can put R underscore Jesh. I can do that. But I cannot start my variable. I cannot start the name of my Apex class. I cannot start the name of my method. I cannot start. Cannot start the name with underscore. Okay? Even though it is an allowed special character. Okay? Cannot start. See, I said alphanumeric means all the numbers and letters are allowed. Yes or no? But can I start with a number? No. Cannot start the name with number. So, if you want to write, you can write Rajesh 9. But you cannot write 9 Rajesh. This is not allowed. Capital small letter I will tell that. No, okay. Happy? So there are two things here. Some are rules that you need to follow. Some are conventions. Like, see, for a festival, generally what you will do, you will do head bath, you will wear new clothes, you will have sweets. Okay? Those are customs. If you follow it, fine. If you don't follow it, nothing will happen. Okay? But on the road, if there is a red signal, and if you don't follow that red signal, then what will happen? Either you will get challan or you will get accident. So these are known as rules you have to follow. You are not allowed to do something beyond the rule. Okay, now I am covering rules. Okay, after completing the rules, I will tell you the customs. That general practices that we follow. Okay, now let's stick to the rules. Okay, what is not allowed at all. Okay, these are not allowed at all. So I cannot start with an underscore. I cannot start with a number. I should start with a letter. First should be letter. I can write something like this. First should be letter. After that, whatever you want, you can do. Okay. Clear till this point? అది అయిపోయినాయి చెప్తాను ఫ్లో అర్థం చేసేసుకుంటాం తెలుసా ఓకే సో క్లియర్ ఎవ్రీవన్ టిల్ దిస్ పాయింట్ క్లియర్ రైట్ క్లియర్ ఎవ్రీవన్ టిల్ దిస్ పాయింట్ నౌ let's imagine my name is having two words. If my name is having only one word called Rajesh, okay, then if I write like this, there is no confusion. But if my name contains Rajesh Kumar, okay, Rajesh Kumar. So, if my name contains two words, I mean more than one word, it can be Rajesh Kumar Joshi Rao. It can have multiple words. But if it is more than one name, then the problem is you cannot use space, special character. It is not allowed. First of all, if you write like this, if you throw an error, saying that the special character space which you use is not allowed, then for this we have two options to do. One option is you can put underscore. You can put underscore like this. Okay? You can put underscore like this. Then you can read it clearly, it is a different word, and you are also following the structure given by it. So it is a valid name. You can give it this way. What is the other way you can do the same thing? The other way you can do the same thing is you will give Rajesh, K you will give capital. Okay? And Joshi, J you will give capital. Rao, R you will give capital. In this way also you can identify that this is Rajesh and this is Kumar and this is Joshi. How you are able to identify? Because there is a capital letter, okay, before the starting of the every word except the first word. The first word I am not putting capital, but all the other words I am putting capital. So now let me copy this one. Okay. All the other things are clear. Now all the other things are clear. Now what I will do, I will just copy this last one. I will paste it here and I will increase its size. Just by increasing the size, you will get lot of clarity. Now see this one. Okay. If you see this carefully, how it is looking like this. Here bump is there because it is capital. Now again go like this. Here a bump is there because it is capital. Again if you go like this is a bump here because it's a capital. All others are small letters. Which animal will have bump like this? Camel. Okay? Camel is an animal which will have a bump like this. So that's why they named it as camel case. Okay? Now, camel case is not a mandatory because you have another alternative. You have this other alternative. If you don't want to follow camel case, you can follow this approach. This is perfectly fine, no mistake in it. Okay? This is one way you can write, this is another way you can write. Okay? Usually people suggest you to use this camel case, but this is just a recommendation, suggestion. You can write in this way, or if you don't want all these problems, you can put it in one word. Okay? So now these are the rules that you need to follow. These are the customs. You can follow, you can ignore, nothing will happen. Now tell me your doubt.
For example, class regular systematic lessons. First I consider systematic capital lesson. Get the class name, English capital R lesson. Class మొదటి క్లాస్ నేను అదే క్లాస్ లో ఇక్కడ యూజ్ అయినప్పుడు capital R small R to చేయొచ్చు సార్ ఫస్ట్ నేను క్లాస్
Okay, okay. So now what he is saying is, if I give, instead of sample 1, okay, if I give capital letters completely, then what will happen?
ఓన్లీ వన్ లెటర్
Starting letter you want me to put S. Method also I will give cap M, okay. Here also I will give capital M, okay. All these things you want to write like this, okay. Then what you need to do, what is your doubt is, there I have written capitals, but here I am writing small. Will it execute or not? First let's clarify this. There I have written capitals, okay. Here I have written small letters, okay. Let me execute. Is it executing or not? Let's check. Is it showing me the output or not? Tell me. It is working. Okay. So why it is working? Because it is not saved properly. First of all, see this. Always this is the mistake people will do. I made the change, but I have not saved it. Star means it is not saved. Do Control S. Now it is saving. Now it is saved. Now if I execute, it is working or not, I need to check. Okay, let me check. It is working or not. Now also it is working without any error. Yes or no? So here if you give capital and there if you give small, it is working. Now there also you give capital, here also you give capital. Okay? There also you give capital, here also you give capital. Now will it work or not? Okay? Let me check. Okay? It is already saved. Okay? It's working or not? It's working. Now tell me what's your doubt.
క్లాస్ లోనే మనం ఒకటి క్యాపిటల్ సింబల్ స్మాల్ వర్షన్ కేస్ సెన్సిటివ్ ఇప్పుడు సిస్టమ్ గా డిఫాల్ట్ సార్ ఫస్ట్ ఒకటి క్యాపిటల్ అండి ఇక్కడ క్లాస్
Okay, this system that debug you want me to put capital. Okay. Now will it work or not? You want to check.
సీన్స్ లో ఏమైనా
Uh,
అక్కడ ఒక సిస్టమ్ గా స్మాల్ క్యాపిటల్ ఎస్ సిస్టమ్ గా డిఫాల్ట్ ఇంటూ స్మాల్ ఎస్ ఒకటి క్లాస్ లో క్లాస్ నేమ్ ఒకటి క్యాపిటల్ డి స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి
see, here tell me here where should I change? Here I have written complete small letter. Here I have written complete capital letter. Here complete small. Here first letter capital. Okay. Here A B small. Here B C small. Okay. Okay. Let me save it now. Okay. Now here do you want me to make any change here? No. Let me execute. Clear now? Is it clear? All your doubts are clear?
టైప్ చేసేటప్పుడే అర్థమవుతుంది మామూలు ఆఫిక్స్ వేరియబుల్ అయితే ఆడ వేరే కలర్లో పడుతుంది నువ్వు తప్పు రాసిన అంటే ఆ కలర్ పడదు కేసు ఇన్సెన్సిటివ్ సెన్సిటివ్ అన్నారు కదా సార్ దాని కేసు ఇన్సెన్సిటివ్ కాబట్టి ఏ లెటర్ రాసుకోవచ్చు అన్న కాన్సెప్ట్ మేము
Yes, we can write. We have seen the proof. Generally, always we will write everything in small letters. Only constants we will declare as capitals. Constants. Like for example, pi value. What is the value of pi?
22.
Tell in numbers, man. 11 point something, 13 point will be there, right?
3.1.
Value of pi. What is the value of pi? 3.14. Value of pi. 3.14. Will it change anytime? If I want to find the area of a circle. What is the formula for area of a circle? Tell me what is the formula for area of circle? Area of a circle.
Forward
Area of a circle formula. Hmm? Pi r square. Right? Now everyone is clear, pi r square. So now if I want to find the area of a circle as per my business logic, for example. So in that I will use pi. Okay, yes or no? So what I need to do in my every calculation, I need to give integer pi. Yes or no? Okay, r will vary. R is a variable and it will vary. Okay, so okay. Now do this and come tomorrow. I want all of you to do the area of a circle. So here what I have done, a equal to 5, b equal to 5, b equal to 10, I have given a plus b, I have done. Okay. Now take this photograph of this, take photograph of this. Okay. Using this, tomorrow you come up with area of a circle. Okay. Area of a circle, you do it and come up with the answer. Okay. So phi is also a variable for which we need to give the value. R is also a variable for which we need to give the value. For different circle values, R may change, but pi will remain constant always. For that, we will give variable as constant pi as capitals. If you want to define some variable whose value will not change and forever it remains constant, for those things we will use constant capital letters. And also, if you give small letter, will it work or not? It will work. Just it is for understanding that whenever you see capital, you will understand that okay, this is something constant. Okay? Because in our business logic, we will not use something that pi or something like that. Your business logic is always dynamic. Okay? So many things will be there. Among those things, which one is constant, which one is not a constant, to easily figure it out, we will just write constant variables in capital letters. Even if you give small letter, it will work. But it is just a custom. It is just a tradition that people follow. That's okay. Do the area of circle tomorrow. Okay. Then in the classroom, again we will do one more example. Then you will get a clear picture of what is a class. And then we will go through the other roots concepts. Okay. Fine.